Alright, today we've got another video. This is, our mystery bin series. So we've got, I think, about 12 bins full of tools. People send me tools all the time. I get tools given to me, all the time at like the National Hardware Show, the International Building Show. I gather a lot of stuff to kind of introduce you to tools, and usually I try to show tools that I think are actually pretty cool. Some of the things that are kind of just unusual, weird. I can't figure out, what the whole point is. They just kind of go into bins, and now we're going to be talking about them. I'll grab, a couple products out right here. The first product is it says a Brush Buddy. So I'm going to show you what it is. So this is the product right here, and this just sets down into a 5-gallon bucket. So it just goes down in a 5-gallon bucket. It's called the Brush Buddy. It is used to clean your brushes faster. So you put this down in a bucket, throw some clean water in your bucket. We'll grab a brush to give you an idea of what's going on here. This is in the bucket, and now you're just going to run your brush through this device right here, and apparently it's supposed to clean your brush faster. I'm not really sure how, but it says it saves time and money. I really don't understand it at all. What I typically do, you take your bucket, put water into your 5-gallon bucket, and then you're dabbing your brush this way down in the water, trying to force water up into the ferrule, and it kind of flushes the paint out. You don't need any extra tools. You don't need a device like this that you got to go hunt for and find. Maybe this helps in acts instead of a wire brush, because we take a wire brush and clean our brushes and get the paint scrubbed off that's dried on the filaments, and I don't know how this would possibly be better than a wire brush. But once again, I haven't used it. Can only go by just looking at it. I don't think it's a product that I would ever attempt to use. BrushBuddyWaterSaver.com right there. Here's $22.50. It's got a price. Would you spend $22.50 for this product? Once again, I wouldn't, but maybe you would. The next product I'm going to show you is this little product right here. It's called the Snow Shaker. You screw it to an extension pole when your trees get a lot of snow on them. The weight of it could break, the limbs, branches, etc. You reach up and just pull on the branch and knock the heavy snow off the branches, and so you save your tree. Now, another interesting thing, you could use this thing for removing and installing Christmas lights, which I thought, hey, that actually could be pretty handy. I know a lot of painters, as you're transitioning into wintertime, you have less opportunity to do jobs because you can't no longer paint exteriors. You can only do interiors. In our area region, the Treasure Valley, Idaho, it's very seasonal. You can no longer do exteriors anymore. Once again, a lot of painters install Christmas lights. This is a simple little tool that would make installing and removing Christmas lights easier, faster, easier, more efficient. So I actually saw this at the show. I saw it attached to an extension pole, and I thought it was actually a really cool device, something that a painter that does Christmas lights might use. I'm not sure, like, the whole thing shaking the branches or the snow off the branches. There's no leaves on the trees. I've never seen well, actually I have, up at my cabin. Evergreen trees, we do get our evergreen trees because they still have needles on them and stuff. They get heavy, branches break and stuff, so this could stop the breaking of the branches on evergreen trees. So the trees around here that have leaves on them, all the leaves have fallen, and usually the weight built up on a branch usually is not a big deal. It's called the Snow Shaker. There is a website, thesnowshaker.com. We'll dig into, well, I have it right in front of me because I actually had to test it out or show you the last thing, and you might be wondering what the heck this is because I already pulled it out. I mean, I think it's missing something on here, but this is a brush that I've seen every single time I go to one of these shows. I see this company selling these brushes, and the whole idea is it's supposed to make it so your hand is relaxed, you're not gripping the brush, less fatigue, it's ergonomically, balanced and everything. First thing, when you put it into a bucket, it's gonna fall down inside the bucket into your paint because it doesn't have a long handle on it. So I've never once in my career ever felt like my hands were fatigued when I've been painting. I've never felt like I needed a grip like this, a pistol grip type brush. It's big, it's bulky. This one is plastic, cheap. The ferrule, the filaments are cheap. They're not going to last very long. I mean, is this something you would use? I think it's a big gimmick, myself. There's another one. I'll just reach in here and grab it, another similar type of device. Somebody's attempting to make a paintbrush and solve a problem. The first thing is when you just compare it to a good quality brush, you're only as good as the filaments in the brush. The filaments are what hold the paint, are what release the paints, and you put cheap filaments in a brush and it's only going to frustrate the painting process for you. It's not going to hold and release paint very well. You're not going to be able to cut a straight line. These are just super cheap, inexpensive filaments from China. I mean, I've seen actual versions of this that are nicer than this cheap plastic version right here, but that is about as cheap and China manufactured as you can get. As a professional painter, if the customer walked in, they saw you using something like this, they might not take you so seriously as a professional painter. There's 3 tools. Would you use those 3 tools yourself? We would love to hear what your opinions are about these tools down below. If you want one of these tools, if you got a good reason why you want one, just leave it in the comment section below. We'll pick somebody to send these 3 tools to test.